Divine didn't come with a chisel and hammer, start working on the creation. Okay, let me make this, let me make that. Om, and creation manifested. It is from that sound, that dhvani, everything manifested. What we are trying to do is, we are trying to work against it. Like science of mantras, what I call. All wrong mantras, all wrong chants. We are just ruining the entire creation by ruining the basis of it. So what is happening is not yoga. What is happening is what the normal human mind understands. Yes, they are incorporating it. Like you said, I will control my diet. There is no ritual, there is no lifestyle, there is no diet. You eat whatever you want to eat. There is no exercising. We recommend, don't exert yourself. Stay cool, stay peaceful, stay happy. Don't run and don't exert. You will age, your body will age.
Ashwini, all the people who are trying to lose weight will be so happy to hear you say all this.
There's
no diet, no exercise.
I will give you stories of people who have just slimmed down without doing anything on a pure desi ghee diet. You see, it's not about what you are eating or drinking. It's about your thought process. It's about yoga. That's what I'm saying. People don't understand what yoga is. They say unless you run, or unless you do the fast asanas.
Right.
That is yoga. That is not yoga. That is what the world understands is yoga. You see, once I was giving a lecture at Oxford University, and these bright students, one of them asked me this question. That about the guru, they were talking about the guru. That, what is the guru, you tell us. I said, guru is everything for you. There was a panel of journalists sitting. They said, if you talk like this, we won't even write a word about you. Because we don't believe in that. I think we think guru is exploitation.
Yeah.
I said, no, it is not exploitation. Guru is a guru. He said, no, we will not write. I said, okay, listen to me for 2 minutes now. We were 110 million Indians at that time. So I said, we are 110 million Indians. We can export yoga to you in 110 million different ways. You can buy whatever you want to buy, You say, no, this is yoga. I want to buy this. I said, you go on. Unless you accept the guru, there is no yoga.
Just like a seeker has to seek out a guru, does the guru also seek out a student or a shishya?
Yes, guru does seek out a shishya, because there's no moksha for a guru without shishya.
I see.
Because when you get into the higher practices of yoga, then you experience those, I would say, those subtle forces, those energies, like the Devlok, and the energies actually which run creation. Like say the energy which holds the sun. And suddenly, one day you're sitting in deep dhyan and you realize that you're actually holding the sun. So, when that phenomenal force flows through your body, the body will disintegrate. So that force has to be passed on to somebody who is willing to work for creation. Somebody who is willing to give back to creation what he or she has taken from creation. So to pass on that energy, it is very important to have a shishya. A guru does go seeking for a shishya because he can't hold that thing. And he will not get that body again. So he has to pass it on, because it's only in giving, like Saint Francis of Assisi said, it's in giving that you receive.
Right.
It's in dying that you're born again. It's in loving that you're loved. Not the other way around. You first love me, then I love you. No. It's in loving that you're loved. It's in dying that you're born again. It's in giving that you receive. So you have to give that, and then you go beyond.
You're a follower of Ashtanga Yoga, which was propounded by Patanjali, Maharishi Patanjali. Now the second sutra talks about Chit Vritti Nirodh. What are the Chittas? What is Vritti?
You see, the Chitta is a modification of the mind.
Right.
You see, you have a mind here. Okay, I'll put it this way, make it a little simpler for you to understand. The brain functions at 7% efficiency for a normal person. Now that 7% efficiency is good enough for what? For your 5 senses.
Right.
Eat, drink, have sex, make merry, look at beautiful movies, dance dramas, hear good songs, get good awards. No, it's sufficient for that. You don't need more than that. Now, aren't you surprised that the brain is the only organ in the body which functions at 7 to 8% efficiency at max? If kidneys go to 30% or liver goes to 30%, then you pronounce, wait, this person is going to go now, person is going to die.
Right.
How come something that is controlling the entire body is functioning on 7% efficiency? Because of Maya. Understand that. The veils of Maya deceive you. They make you see that this physical world which you are seeing is the ultimate reality. There's nothing beyond that. So you get stuck in that. So the vrittis, which are basically the modifications of that mind. Like, I would say, if you look at food, you smell the food, you salivate. You start feeling hungry. You want to eat more and more. Then for the taste, you wanted the vrittis, the various modification of the mind for one food, one dish. The mind gives you 5 different kind of modifications, 5 different kind of vrittis. So you enjoy it in this way, you like to see it, like to smell it, like to taste. It's all the modification of the mind. Understand that? So yoga chitta vritti nirodha, that is the modifications of the mind are brought under your control. They're not suppressed. Like I said, I don't recommend anybody don't drink, don't smoke, don't eat non-vegetarian food. I don't say all that because they're all your vrittis. Go do it. But when you get into yoga, the modifications of the mind are automatically controlled, not suppressed. So when they're controlled, then you don't need that. Why? Because don't forget, you will always leave something for something which is better for you.
Right.
You will not leave food unless you get something which is better for you. Understand that? So a guru shows the shishya something which is better than what he or she is doing. And the guru makes the shishya experience that. Guru doesn't talk big things. I will take you there and I will take you there, I'll make you feel that, I'll make you feel that. No. The guru does it, doesn't talk about it. So when the shishya experiences that reality, he says, what am I doing?
Now, this relationship between the guru and shishya is one of absolute trust and absolute surrender on the part of the shishya.
Both, on the part of both.
On the part of the guru
Yes,
as well?
on the part of both, yes. Because if you have a barrier with your shishya, the energy cannot be transplanted. It can't go from there to there. It has to be a completely barrierless state. And this is one reason why exploitation is happening in maximum places what you hear. This Swamiji running with this woman and he running with this boy. You know, it's the same thing nowadays. So this is what, because the reason is this.
Right.
Because it has to be barrierless state. And when you are not into yoga for the sake of yoga, you are into it for the sake of making money or for your pleasures, then you fall. Patanjali calls these pitfalls. In the second chapter, the Patanjali says that when you get into the practice of yoga, you start getting these siddhis where you are chased by the opposite sex. You get whatever amount of wealth you want. The yogi at that point of time has to be careful. It is for the shishya to progress. It is not for the yogi to take pleasure in. Because if you take pleasure in it at that point of time, then what is going to happen? You're going to get stuck there. It's called a pitfall. The veil of Maya will not be removed and you shall remain at this level of evolution for many more lifetimes to come, till you find your guru again. Understand what I'm saying? So you have to remove those veils.
And unfortunately, the pitfall can come at any stage of your evolvement.
It comes at all the stages. You see, Mool Chakra, food. Swadhisthana Chakra, sex. Manipura Chakra, power. Anahata Chakra, love. Vishuddhi Chakra, creativity.
Right.
You can't reach unless you have got over all these basic emotions.
And the Mool Chakra and the Sahasrara are also connected.
Yes and no. Because this is the basis and this is the exit.
Right.
Like you take a small child and if you put your finger here, you'll find there's no bone here. Very soft. Tuck, 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 tuck happening here. Touch between the legs, there is no bone there.
Right.
Very soft. Tuck, 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 tuck there. So that is the point of entry. When you come from the lower lokas, like Bhutal, Satal, Rasatal, Patal, lower lokas, you come into the Bhulok. The Mool Chakra is the first chakra of the Bhulok. And then you gradually go first your sense of food, your desire for foods, then desire for sex, then desire for power, then desire for love, then desire for creativity. Then you go beyond that. You see, creative people like artists are already here. They have to take just that one step.
Right.
But that is the most difficult thing to do because the higher you go, the more you are stuck. Because so much recognition, so many people running after you with cameras, and then you say, no, this is so much fun.
When you go higher, especially if you're a householder, then if you've reached here, you don't want the other, the lower desires, but then is it possible to be in a state of bhogoing them without getting affected by them?
Yeah, you see, coming here doesn't mean that you leave all this.
Right, you have to eat.
Yes, you have to. Being here doesn't mean you leave all this, but the state of vairagya.
Right.
See, the mind is conscious, unconscious and subconscious, 3 states to it. The 4th state is the turaya or the superconscious state.
Yeah.
So in these 3 states, you are experiencing all this. In the superconscious state, when you want to experience, you experience. When you don't want to experience, you don't experience. So that is the reality. Turaya state or the 4th state of consciousness, that is the reality. That is what the guru shows you.
Now, you talked about Turaya, then obviously one comes to the question of Kaivalya, Nirvan. What are those stages?
You see, I can explain to you the 7 stages.
Right.
Yam, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan. I can't explain to you Samadhi. Because Samadhi is something which is beyond words, it's an experience. It's something like if there's a specific color or a specific taste which you have not tasted or not seen, how can I explain that taste to you? But as you go higher, the Guru makes you experience that taste. Guru makes you experience that state. And then you go higher. The state of Kaivalya, what you call, is an experience, an individual experience. It is not a collective experience. It is given from a Guru to a Shishya, one to one, not together.
So it is not the kind of knowledge you can share with...
It's not knowledge. You must understand. In that yoga, like I said, I differentiate. Jnana and knowledge are two different things.
Right.
Knowledge is what you read, what you understand, and Jnana is what you experience. Knowledge experienced is Jnana.
So that means the Guru does not say, hey, this is what you are about to feel. He just leaves you to feel it. Yeah.
Guru doesn't do all this. So they give a big lecture on what a Guru is all about first. Guru doesn't do all this. Guru doesn't need to do all this.
Right.
Because, you see, you must understand, Shishya has come for his level or her evolution. The Guru has to impart and go beyond. Guru has to only give, not take anything from the Shishya.
Yoga, as you talk about it, is a one-to-one impartation of knowledge. Where do your books come into this? Can I read the books and become a yogi?
No. As a matter of fact, I write in all my books. Reading this book will only take you to the door.
Right.
Like I said, the catalyst, like you mentioned when I mentioned the person who was sick, you said that was the catalyst for you. You need to have some malady to use that as a catalyst. The books are a catalyst only to take you to the door. But only the Guru can open the door for you. You yourself cannot open and the book cannot open.
So that's playing in dangerous waters if one tries to...
No, if you look for the right signs, it's the safest waters, let me tell you. It is the safest of safe waters. But if you choose to ignore the signs...
No, as a do-it-yourself kind of concept.
No, there is no do-it-yourself. Because it's an experience, no? Let's say you are sitting in a state of Dhyan. And you have to move from here to here.
Right.
How will you move? Because the mind is still. The brain at that time, the 7 to 8% brain is now still. It's not moving. There's no neural movement in that. It's absolutely still. So how do you go beyond that? The Guru with Shakti path pulls you beyond that into the higher reaches of the brain. You have to explore that 93%. Don't forget that. This 7% is running on this creation. The 93% is still left. No, Guru holds that key. Okay. That's why it is said, that Dhyan Moolam Guru Murti, Puja Moolam Guru Padam, Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. There is no other path. And don't even venture into yoga if you don't want to make a Guru. Don't waste your time. I can tell you that with certainty and surety. And don't read a book if you want to experience yoga. Look for a Guru. And the Guru is himself or herself not tied into the bondages of Maya. Who's himself or herself released. Look for that sign, please.
So what is the process? Does one look through the directory or just sit and pray? Or is it something that you actually do or wait for it to happen?
You do good things.
Okay.
Do good things. Start helping society. Start helping creation. And don't say charity begins at home. Because a lot of people students tell me that, ask them go do something for the cow who's dying on the street, do something for the dog, and they say charity begins at home. I've heard that.
So, that is the parable, so?
No, it is not. It has been made into a parable. Okay. Actually, charity, it doesn't begin at home. Your duty begins at home.
Right.
You have to fulfill your duty. Your house is your duty. Your karam bhumi. Service is your moksha bhumi, which takes you beyond that. So you have to go from this bhumi to that bhumi. You do something for creation, somebody sitting up there will look at you. And a Guru will be sent to you, I can guarantee you that. But if you want the Guru to come to you because you're very pretty or you're very rich and you're very powerful, no. You'll only get a con man then.
Well, thank you so much, Ashwini-ji, for sharing so much knowledge with us. And I do hope that all the people who are watching this program do find their Guru.
I do hope so too, my pleasure. All I can say is, save this creation if you can.
Right. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your knowledge with us.
Thank you.